Hello, we're the group number 9 of Political Risk Analysis. We'll be talking about the new metal import tariffs imposed by the US and the repercussion to Brazil. 2 weeks ago, President Trump has completely stopped Brazilian metal markets after signing the tariff order on metals. With this document, the United States imposes a 25% taxes over any kind of imported steel and a 10% tax over aluminum. The only two countries excluded from this imposition are, for now, Canada and Mexico. Between the reasons for taking this measure, the United States expects to stimulate intern industry, seeking a better productive capacity, and finally to achieve an independent industry. Besides that, the decision was also made to counterattack a supposed dumping trend of China amongst other countries. As Trump said, this measure was killing the American industry, even considering that China shows a minority stake in the US metal imports. The imposition surely is going to benefit American metal industry, protect jobs, and raise workers' salaries, once steel and aluminum prices will rise. On the other hand, the consequences of inflated metal prices have a direct negative impact on every other industry that use steel or aluminum as feedstock. Countries like Brazil, South Korea, Russia, and Turkey are the main steel importers that are harmed by this decision. There are only two ways for them to deal with this problem. They are negotiating or striking back.
The first scenario is to try a bilateral negotiation regarding the exemption of Brazil from Trump's tariffs in aluminum and steel. The main reason for this is Brazil is the biggest buyer of metallurgical coal from the United States, which is then used as the prime material in the production of steel. Therefore, both the American coal industry and the Brazilian steel industry are highly codependent, which means that if you damage one, you end up damaging both. Besides that, Trump has also received strong internal resistance from big corporations and small businesses, seeing that the moment steel prices rise, the price of consumer goods will rise too. This way, if the negotiation is successful, both countries will have their economies unharmed and their commercial relationship will stay on good terms.
The second scenario would be to open a panel at the World Trade Organization. Brazil and the US have a history of using WTO to settle disputes on commerce, with the former having filed 10 disputes against North America since 1995, including one in 2016, also related to steel. Brazilian President Temer, however, pointed out that Brazil's approach will be firstly on direct negotiations with American government and steel-associated parties, and in case there is no quick agreement, Brazil will open a dispute in cooperation with other affected countries. This is due, mainly, for celerity concerns. The WTO dispute mechanism has a history of being slow, and the reasons given by Trump's administration are highly debatable. Such a deep commercial relation is hard to be simply transferred to other markets, which makes the situation urgent, especially for Brazilian producers. This is why the decision to open a dispute at WTO wouldn't come alone. It would probably be accompanied by commercial retaliation coming from Brazil, turning the US weapon against them, which, most probably, would turn out to be the imposition of tariffs on American coal, product that, as my co-workers spoke before, is complementary to the steel industry.
After analyzing these two possible scenarios, we are comfortable to say that the first one is more likely to happen. Not only Brazil has a great power of bargain, but Trump's statements shows that there is a window of opportunity for negotiation. For a more deep overview of our work, please check our analysis file. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you liked this video.